In the previous Devo, we looked at how we can accurately see our emotions and the experience that led to them through the practice of the examine prayer. Today, let's turn to the perception we are basing those emotions on. Remember, we're defining guilt as an emotional response to the perception that we have broken a rule or fallen short of a standard. As Christians, and those who are seeking to know more about God, our perception of the world really hinges on what God says about it. And probably more importantly, who does God say we are? In this weekend's talk, Pastor Jim shared some verses from the New Testament book of Matthew. Are you tired, worn out, burned out on religion? Come to me. Get away with me and you'll recover your life. I'll show you how to take a real rest. Walk with me and work with me. Watch how I do it. Learn the unforced rhythms of grace. I won't lay anything heavy or ill-fitting on you. Keep company with me and you'll learn to live freely and lightly. I love how these verses show us exactly who Jesus is. He is offering rest, grace, a friend to live freely and lightly with. If that isn't who you thought Jesus to be, I'm so sorry he has been misrepresented to you. God wants a life rich with his grace and goodness, and he wants to be a part of that life. Understanding who God is, what he wants for us, is the first step to parsing out when guilt is an opportunity to return to him for forgiveness and direction, or it's an opportunity to turn away from untrue legalism that misrepresents who God is. Now, you might be thinking, I think I have an inaccurate idea of what God is like, but I don't actually have the time to read the entire Bible to get to know him fully by tomorrow. And to that I say, fair. Another set of verses found in the New Testament letter written by a man named Paul to the church in Galatia can help us with these verses. Paul is telling us what should mark our lives when God is present. He says, "But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Against such things there is no law." We often feel guilt when we have lacked joy, patience, kindness, self-control, or gentleness, and for a good reason. We've deviated from God in those moments. But what keeps us trapped in guilt and shame is often a feeling that there is no path back to the joy or kindness that we are deficient in. We can use our guilt in these instances as a sign pointing us toward the fruit we desire, toward a God whose very character is goodness, love, peace, and joy, rather than letting it be a roadblock keeping us stewing in our guilt or shame. By better understanding who God is, we can better see the road that leads to him.